Yo guys, and welcome back to the first video of my ML series. In this video, we're gonna do something really important for the computer science and its future. We're gonna make a machine learning model. This machine learning model has many implications as we go further. Let me give you a brief introduction about where and how you can learn this machine learning model. So, I, Divansha from class 9th, welcome you all to a session of machine learning with me. Also, let me tell you, if you want to learn machine learning just like me, go to the link right back in the description of Yaska and enroll yourself right away. Warning, this model is highly impressive. Be cautious while showing it to your friends. Come, let's start right away. So for any machine learning model, we are always given a problem statement according to which we have to make our model and improve its accuracy. Today, I have got a data set about a housing finance company that deals in all home loans. Customers apply for home loan and in this company, then the company validates for the respective customer's eligibility. The company wants to automate the loan eligibility process based on the customer's detail provided. Details are already provided to you, which I will be showing it to you shortly. To automate these problems, they have given a problem to identify the customer segments and those are eligible to loan so that they can specifically target those customers, right? So now let's see the data set right now and let's connect. Good. So here is our data set. Let me explain it to you one by one each column. There is one loan ID column which actually shows the ID number of each type of loan which is given to it. Then we have gender if the person applicant is male or female and if the applicant is married or not. If the applicant is married, then are there any dependents on the applicant or not? If let's say, what do you mean by exactly the dependence is, let's say if you are married and you have two children and a wife, obviously you have a wife or you have a husband. So dependence means if you are applying, then the husband and the two children, that is you have three dependents on your home loan, right? Then you have education if the person is educated, if he is graduate or not, if the person is self-employed or not. Like some are self-employed, that is they have their own offices, own hospitals, own places to work, and some are not, like they work for some companies, some offices, like in stock market we have some offices like that. Then we are checking about the income of the applicant, that how much does the applicant earn. Then we have co-applicant income if the other person is like, if he is also earning, if she is also earning or not. Then we have amount of loan that the person, that the applicant has to take and from the company. Then we have amount term, that is for this many days. And we have credit history here. This credit history actually means that the person, how many times does the person pay his dues on time. Okay. And then you have property area, that in which place does the person wants to buy the property by his or her home, if it is in urban or rural or semi any. And then you have loan status, if the loan is passed or not. Now let's say that you have given all these details like your age, gender, married status, and your income, your term life, and your credit history, property area, and all. Then what you will have to predict, if you will get for a common man, what would be its worries? What would be its worries if he is taking a loan, if my loan is passed or not? Obviously, now our model comes into work. That is, we have to predict the loan's status. Okay, great. Now I will show you a few things. I will tell you a few things, right? And I would recommend you to go to the official link for getting Anaconda and install it in your PC so that you can have Jupyter Notebook. This Jupyter Notebook is highly effective for all machine learning problems. But let's say that if your Windows CE drive or any drive on which you want to install Anaconda is full, 1 TB of 1 terabyte is full, then you may go to Google Colab's official website for working. You may search Google for Google Colab. Okay. And I will also put both the links in the description. So if you have got Anaconda and once you are ready, let's begin. Now, I would like you I would like if you could get to PowerShell of Anaconda and type there pip install sklearn. Once it is installed, congratulations to you because you have made your life easy by 50% at least for this video. Let me show you how. So this is what we are going to make. This is the whole project. Good. This is the whole project that we are going to make now. Good. And then let's head down and import modules. Import pandas. This module is a module which actually gets to read our data set. We are reading it so as to get input of data and process according to it. Then we are having warnings and filter. Let me tell you what does this warning and filter warnings mean. Let's say if your parents tell you to study and you ignore them. This is the most common example, that your parents tell you to study and you ignore them. That is, they have warned you to study and you are ignoring them. That is what we are going to do now for now. Okay. And here we are plotting, here we are actually visualizing what our data is. So it is not important for each and every data set, each and every machine learning model to have this same visualization code. It's fine if you go for other plots, other scatters, other line graphs, and many more. You have even pie chart in these places. Okay. Then you are cleaning this data set. That is what, let me tell you exactly what do I mean by cleaning it. Let's head back to our data set here. So let's say here you don't need this node ID. What to do if he has got any number? We don't need it. We don't mean by this lower. I don't know. No worries. Like if we remove them, it's also fine because it doesn't interfere with our prediction. Even the genders doesn't interfere with our prediction, like as if the person is male or female. But this married status differs because on that basis, you are going to change the rate of the loan you are giving, right? Then we need this dependence. We need this education because we want to know about approximately how much time he or she would return the loan back. Then if he or she is self-employed, because self-employed people have a bit higher income as compared to that employed, because they all get the salary by themselves, not by like intermediaries. Then we have applicant income, co-applicant income, loan amount, and all. We are going to predict this thing. So as we do not need this, I would color this to columns because I don't, obviously. So that's why we are dropping these two columns. We are removing them. Good to go. Then we have 50% life insurance. This sklearn module actually no, this is my personal experience. This sklearn module really simplifies all the things that you need. Now we are pre-processing, like this. Before giving it to our model, before making our model learn, what are we doing is we are process, we are clean, we are just remove all the all the not needed things. Fine. So this is what we need for now. And then we have input label encoder. This, let me zoom it. Yes, good. So sklearn.preprocessing. Preprocessing is an inbuilt module from sklearn, and we are importing a label encoder from here. Label encoder, why and how does it work? Okay, here. Now we have dropped these two columns. This drop method is just to remove this all columns from our data set. Not from original, but from the one on which we are processing. Okay, understand that. Now here back, here we all obviously know that computer understands only two digits, 0101 and those binary 2 digits. So now if we give it text as an input, it will say, I don't know. So that's where this label encoder comes, and it changes all this text to different numbers according to which we need. Like let's say this graduate comes with 0 and non-graduate is for 1. Again, in this place 0 is for 0, 1 is for 1, 2 is for 2. but 3 plus stands by 3 when we encode it using label encoder. Good to go? So here that's why we need to label encode this and this, all the text columns for now. Let's color the text columns with red and this too with red. This too with red. Good. Now let me tell you some things. If you can see here, then there are a few blank places like this, like places over here. You know, these are blank spaces which we do not, which we actually need to fill it up. So blank spaces, obviously for now, it means 0 for us. It means 0 for us. So that's why we need to encode those blank spaces into special different numbers. So this blank spaces will stand for 0 when we use label encoder. Without using label encoder, this will be a text which will be ignored, which will be raised as an error by pd.readcsv. Okay, so this is just a kind of function that I made so as to remove all these lines for my coding. Now here we have fit transform. Fit transform actually does just what I just explained. That is, they convert all text, all common text to a digit, another common text to another group of digit, another common text to third digit, another common text to fourth digit, and so on, like that. So I just made this function so as to decrease my all lining, all these lines again and again. I don't want to write. You all know I'm a bit lazy person. Okay, so this is where all these things are encoded. Let me uncomment this line and run all the cells. Let's see what does this output come. Let me show you. See here, we have 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and all, right? And here we have, see here, we have graduate and no, yes and all. But here, see, over married, you have 0 and 1 only, nothing more than that. Okay, and this is where we complete the thing. This is where we complete all the pre-processing, all the cleaning, all the removal of unnecessary things and all. Great. Now what we need to do is this most important thing, to predict the loan. To predict the loan. Okay, if the loan is passed or not. So that's where our model comes into work now. So again, 50% life-saving things, sklearn, and here you have linear model. And from that, you have imported logistic regression. This thing has many other attributes like linear regression, logistic regression, CV, and there are a lot of more. You need to get a full an hour to learn all this. And you have model selection, import train test split. I will explain what does this train test split do when it comes to its work. And this is just a kind of module we are getting. Now we are now there is X and Y where we are enclosing the places. Let me explain you each line. This X is equal to df.drop. As I told, drop is for removing the column for our prevalent database. So this is we are removing the columns. It is known as loan status. We are removing loan status because we need to predict it. So all other details would be fed into X. It is from married to property area. All these will be fed into X. And this way you can select each column from the data set. Now this is just the train test split. Train test, we are splitting each. And let's remove this part. Let me tell you about what is this train test split mean. Train test split is actually a attribute or a function, you can say for more accuracy, that it is splitting the data set into two parts. It is in a training data set and testing data set. And then you have test size equals to 0.3%. And this 0.3 stands for, or means, obviously, I'm getting a many issues, equals 30% of whole data. 30% of whole data. From whole data, you are splitting 30% for training, for testing, and 70% for training. Fine. So this is actually the line which you need to follow, and this will not work if you interchange X, Y train, X test, and this, because it is a kind of an array. You will understand it about later. So now let's know some things about logistic regression. So logistic regression is a generalized linear model that we can use to model or predict categorical outcome of the variables. We might use logistic regression for this project if someone will be denied or approved for a loan. Now model equals logistic regression. We have imported it and now we are going to work using logistic regression. Model.fit. Now, as we fit the screwdrivers tightly into the wall using screw and we are fit screws, right? So this is where we are fitting. We are saying that you learn from these two data sets on. Nothing more than that. Now let's X train and Y train. This is the thing. And these X train and Y train actually are the training data sets that we split by this train test. Ready to go? And then at last, we are printing this model's accuracy, model's score, if it is between 84, 80, anything. It depends upon the fitting. And because this train test split is a random function, it uses random function, this accuracy will differ at every time. So at the first place when I tried, it was 80%, but after that it is actually continuously varying. So let's run this and let's see what's our accuracy for this whole model. And it's 78%. Good. Let's run this once again. And 81%. So as I told that this train test split is using random function. That's why we all usually you will get this varying all things, varying accuracy. So this is all for today. This is all for now. If you have liked this video, smash the like button, kill the subscribe button. And one more thing, if you want to learn like this machine learning with many other projects, many other interesting types, then you need to go for Yaska and enroll right away. Thank you.